Spanish Town is the old capital, but right now it's being rebuilt like a comeback city. Because 7 major projects are either under construction, newly opened, or advancing between 2024 and 2026, from a multi-billion hospital rebuild, to a new police divisional HQ, to mixed-use real estate and a growing industrial tech park that's pulling jobs back into the town. In this video, I'm breaking down all 7 and the one that could spark the biggest ripple if the expansion timeline holds. Let's get into it. Starting at number 7, the St. Iago Park Comprehensive Health Center expansion. This health center serves over 6,600 Jamaicans every month. Ground was broken in late November 2024. The cost is $704 million for a new 634 square meter building plus major renovation of the existing facility. Once completed in 2026, St. Iago will offer dentistry, mental health care, diabetic retinopathy screening, and expanded laboratory services. Right now, if you need basic lab work or a tooth extraction, you might end up at Spanish Town Hospital's A&E because the health center can't handle it. When primary care works, blood pressure monitoring, diabetes management and mental health support can be done at this new facility. Completion target is for 2026. Number 6, New Brunswick Village. And this one's a signal. New Brunswick Village opened June 2024. $6 billion of private money. Sagicor didn't invest $6 billion in Spanish Town out of charity. Investors only build mixed use when they believe an area is stabilizing. 12 acres, 70 apartments, 19 townhomes, 40 commercial units housing Sagicor Bank, Island Grill, R.A. Williams Pharmacy and Imperial Optical. Mixed use changes behavior. People can shop, bank, eat, work all within walking distance. That density creates demand, attracts services and lifts property values. As of late 2024, 50% of commercial units were sold. Residential units are selling between $20 and $30 million. That's the middle-class housing segment Spanish Town has been missing. It's proof private capital is coming back. Number 5, MJS Industrial and Technology Park. The jobs engine. This used to be the Araguanabo textile factory which was abandoned for decades. Now it's a 65-acre special economic zone employing over 2,800 people which is heading to 5,000 by year-end. $50 million invested by Musson Group. Currently 440,000 square feet is fully occupied and they're adding another 300,000 square feet. There are 3 major BPO firms handling customer service for companies like Airbnb. Honeybun is building their most advanced manufacturing facility. The Jamaica Fire Brigade moved their Area 3 headquarters here. That's 2,800 jobs getting paid every 2 weeks and that payroll circulates through Spanish Town. Small businesses boom. Restaurants see lunch crowds. Taxi Association gets more runs. MJS is reviving passenger rail. They've gotten approval to build a platform on site. Workers from Spanish Town, Linstead, Old Harbour will commute by train. The 300,000 square foot expansion targets manufacturing. There's talk of a major overseas manufacturer taking 100,000 square feet and using rail to move goods. Between Kingston Port and Port Esquivel, when 5,000 people work in one location, everything around it changes. That's how you revitalize a town. Number 4, Rio Cobra Water Treatment Plant. There is no growth without water. Ground was broken in March 2024. Completion should be around March 2026. The project is around $77 million and it's a public-private partnership led by Vinci Construction. The capacity is 15 million gallons per day, serving 600,000 residents across Kingston, St. Andrew, Portmore, and Spanish Town. Jamaica's worst drought in 2023 left the corporate area short by 12 million gallons daily. Kingston was literally running out of water. You cannot approve new housing without confirming water supply. You cannot issue business licenses for manufacturing or hotels without water infrastructure. Water is the ceiling on growth. When this plant comes online in 2026, St. Catherine gets room to grow. New housing approvals become viable. Business expansions proceed. Investors get reassurance. As of December 2025, we're halfway through construction. If they stay on schedule, Spanish Town gets a major infrastructure unlock by mid-2026. Number 3. The St. Catherine North Police Divisional Headquarters. Security equals investment confidence. Prime Minister Holness toured the site in October 2025. This is the government staking its claim against the gangs. The project is an estimated $2.3 billion. 5 acres in Torres Pen. 4 floors. 300 law enforcement personnel. This is a divisional headquarters where there will be strategic command, coordinated operations, intelligence analysis and community policing. Spanish Town has faced organized crime for years. Extortion rackets, gang violence that kept investors away. A $2.3 billion state-of-the-art police HQ sends a message: the government is serious. Response coordination improves. Police deploy faster, gather intelligence better. Business owners stay open later. Developers look at land they previously ignored. Construction for the new headquarters started mid-2024. Completion is expected April 2027. Number 2. Spanish Town Hospital redevelopment. If you've sat in Spanish Town Hospital's A&E at 2 a.m. with a sick child, or watched your parent wait 6 hours for a bed, you know why this matters. On January 16, 2024, ground was broken. The project should cost $5.5 billion Jamaican dollars. It will have 6 stories, 17,000 square meters, and the timeline is 40 months. As of October 2025, 16% was completed. Completion on track for 2027. Spanish Town Hospital is the largest Type B facility in Jamaica, serving over 500,000 people. And it's overwhelmed. The new building transforms everything. The ground floor will have an accident and emergency wing, radiology department with MRI, CT scan, X-ray. Upper floors will have outpatient services, an endoscopy unit, surgical suite, intensive care unit, specialty wards for urology, oncology, cardiology, gastroenterology, ophthalmology and psychiatry. Real impact: a Spanish Town resident needing an MRI doesn't drive to Kingston anymore. A cancer patient starts oncology treatment locally instead of facing Kingston traffic twice weekly. Funding: $148 million United States dollars from Inter-American Development Bank and the European Union. US $87 million will come from the government of Jamaica. Beyond patient care, hundreds of healthcare jobs created. Doctors, nurses, technicians, lab staff. Specialized positions Spanish Town hasn't had. Spanish Town Hospital redevelopment is about dignity, not having to choose between quality healthcare and proximity to home. Completion: 2027. When it opens, it changes the calculation for every family in St. Catherine. Number 1. The Big Ripple Project, Caymanas Special Economic Zone. This is the one. July 29, 2025, Prime Minister Holness broke ground on what he called the materialization of a national dream. This zone is 700 acres at a cost of $8 billion. Phase 1, 52 months full implementation across 3 overlapping phases. Caymanas is Phase 3 of Jamaica's logistics hub strategy. Phase 1, Kingston Port upgraded. $400 million United States dollars invested. The result, 3.2 million TEU capacity. Cargo volumes up 60% by 2025. Phase 2, the Westlands Project, CMACGM signed a $80 million United States dollars lease. Phase 3, Caymanas SEZ, the industrial backbone to complement shipping. Caymanas isn't just warehouses. It's designed as a mini municipality. Industrial zones for manufacturing, warehousing and cold storage. Logistics operations, ICT hubs, residential and commercial spaces, 24-hour activity. Total timeline, 52 months with overlap. putting full implementation around 2029 to 2030. Why Caymanas is number 1, economic rewiring. Ship arrives at Kingston Port, the cargo is offloaded. Goods are trucked or railed to Caymanas for storage or processing. Manufacturers inside the SEZ use that raw material, value-added products are created and exported back through the port. That's the supply chain Jamaica hasn't had at scale since the 1980s. Phase 1 alone creates 500 direct jobs, 200 indirect during construction. Once operational, tens of thousands. Here's the Spanish Town connection. All those workers need housing, food, transport, entertainment, childcare and schools. Caymanas sits between Spanish Town and Portmore. Workers will live in Spanish Town and spend money in Spanish Town. Manufacturers inside the SEZ need local suppliers. Machine parts, packaging, cleaning services, security and catering. That's where Spanish Town small businesses come in. Look at MJS Tech Park, 2,800 jobs created, visible economic activity. Now multiply that by 10 or 20 for Caymanas. But let's be real about timelines. Ground was broken in July 2025. Phase 1 land prep takes 18 to 24 months minimum. Mid-2027 before major infrastructure is in place. Full build-out by 2029 to 2030. Risks that exist are financing, regulatory stability and security. But if Caymanas executes even 70% of its vision, Spanish Town becomes the support city for Jamaica's biggest economic infrastructure project since the North-South Highway. These are the 7 projects remaking Spanish Town between 2024 and 2026. St. Iago Health Centre primary care infrastructure. New Brunswick Village $6 billion in private capital. MJS Industrial Park 5,000 jobs. Rio Cobra Water Treatment Plant, invisible infrastructure unlocking everything else. St. Catherine North Police HQ, state investment in security. Spanish Town Hospital $5.5 billion giving residents world-class healthcare. And Caymanas SEZ the economic rewiring project. What ties them together? Momentum. For decades, Spanish Town declined while Kingston and Portmore grew. But when you stack this many projects advancing between 2024 and 2026, something shifts. Which one do you think will change Spanish Town the most? And which one do you think will stall and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives on Jamaica's development projects. Spanish Town isn't just Jamaica's old capital. If these 7 projects hit their timelines, it might become the comeback capital. Thanks for watching.